I'm finally getting around to adding another vacuum to our commercial vacuum cleaner series that we started a while ago, and we have the Sanitaire Tradition SC886F. It's a design that's been around for a long time, but continues to sell really well. We put it through all of our usual tests and found that it has some really amazing features, as well as some features that are not so amazing. So links in the description, and let's get started. First, let's look at the basics. Since this is a commercial vacuum, it has a few things that are meant to give it better longevity. For example, it has a lot of metal in its construction, including a chrome hood, a metal brush roll, and bottom plate, which can easily be removed without tools for easy access. Another commercial touch is the plastic bumper, which presumably can easily be replaced, and the super long 50-foot cord, which is independent of the vacuum, and again can easily be replaced if needed. So let's look at the pros first. So this thing is ridiculously powerful. It has a direct air motor, kind of like Kirby vacuums, and as such it has extremely high airflow. We measured its airflow at the cleaner head at 155 CFM, which is the highest I've ever seen, even higher than the Kirby, and definitely higher than any vacuum with a non-direct air motor like Shark's or Dyson's, and certainly more than any other commercial vacuum in this series. Direct air motors are rare in vacuums, and one reason is that they don't have a lot of corresponding suction, but in a case like this, where the Sanitaire doesn't even have a hose or attachments to utilize suction, it's not that big of a loss. So we come to another pro that we get when you combine all that airflow with the agitation of a high-quality brush roll, i.e. incredibly good carpet deep cleaning. We test carpet deep cleaning by measuring out 100 grams of sand and embedding it into medium pile carpet. The Sanitaire scored 110% by finding sand that other vacuums have missed previously. I actually thoroughly vacuum the carpet before every test with a vacuum that I know does really well, but even then some really good vacuums find missing sand, which was the case here. Just to see what would happen, I decided to give our test carpet a thorough cleaning since it obviously needs it, and the Sanitaire picked up an additional 13 grams of sand. And I did double check, and it really was sand from previous tests it was picking up, not carpet fibers or anything. Another pro was that it was really good with debris on carpets. Here I was testing it on long pile carpet with various debris types and sizes, and it was able to handle everything I threw at it easily. But I did find that there was some adjusting of the dial that was needed, even for medium-sized debris. That being said, it was able to adjust up to extra large debris and had no trouble with it, which is important since it doesn't have a hose, so it needs to be able to pick up large debris with the cleaner head. Moving on to the cons. Like many older style vacuums, it doesn't have a brush roll shutoff switch or a squeegee on the head, so you can't use this for hard floors, since it will scatter debris out of the back of the unit. Also, it was pretty bad with hair tangles, and here I should mention that most vacuum cleaners are to some extent, and this is a new test, so I only have a couple other vacuums to compare it to, but we spread out 1 gram of 14-inch human hair on the carpet and vacuumed it up. Not only was the hair particularly hard to remove from the brush, we removed 0.95 grams of it. In other words, 95%. Only 5% of the hair actually made it to the bag. The Tradition 886F has a sister model, the SC888, which is close to the same price, but has upgrades like HEPA bags in order to be much better at filtration. And I'll also link that one in the description, but the one that I have, the SC886, doesn't use disposable bags at all. It comes with what they call a shakeout bag, which you just kind of open up and, well, shake it out and then reattach it. So I wasn't exactly surprised to see visible fog during the 5-micron fog test. And during the dry particle test, where we take a special kind of testing dust and vacuum it up in a sealed room and then measure the air with a particle counter, it did get a pretty bad score, about 1200, where a passing score is 100 or less. But the interesting thing is that it could have been a lot worse. A vacuum without a filter gets a score of around 20,000, so it's not as if it's not filtering at all. It's just that if filtration is important to you, I would go for the upgraded model that I mentioned earlier. It weighed 20 pounds, the heaviest in this series so far, though it felt light on the arm since there's actually less weight on the arm than with some of the others in this series. It also doesn't have a swivel, so it's kind of awkward when making turns. All in all, I have to give it pretty low marks for ease of use. As I alluded to earlier, it doesn't have a hose or come with any attachments, so if those are something that you need, this isn't the vacuum for you. So the Sanitaire Tradition has the most airflow of any vacuum that I know of and is really good with vacuuming carpets in general, but it's not something that you would want if you have hard floors, stairs, if you need attachments, or if you need to pick up a lot of long hair. You can get virtually the same machine with better filtration, so that's not a huge concern, and all things considered, the shakeout bag wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Links in the description, and be sure to subscribe to Vacuum Wars for all the latest vacuums, robot vacuums, and carpet cleaners. Thanks for watching.